Good evening. This is Arup Kumar Datta, the TCS officer, and I am here to start this perception of preliminary exam, how to crack this TCS TPS preliminary exam. It has been contaminated with this state TCS, that means TCS or TPS, that means the Tripura Civil Service and Tripura Police Service at all. But here TCS prelims is quite difficult to cross over it. There are 200 marks at each, and you have to cross this preliminary exam, and then you have to face the main exam, and total concentration it would be thereafter preliminary, mains and interview. This is the package, and here you have to concentrate on this preliminary exam right now and then main exam. Here you know about these things, negative marking. Here anybody have to be expert, either history, either geography, either science, either mathematics. You have to gain this mark through these opportunities. Here I am, in my experience, I have to share with you. Myself from science background, and I am the expert in mathematics and science. First of all, whenever I studied the preliminary questions, whenever I sat in this exam, whenever I look after it, first of all, my first target was the mathematics and science question. Here the no chance to get the negative marking. I fulfilled it, and you can study my preliminary workout. Then you have to see that Arup Kumar Datta has been get the mark in mathematics 20 out of 20, in science 20 out of 20. Then I concentrate on history, geography and Indian polity and Indian economy. There I get the marks in 20 out of history out of 20 I get the 18 marks. In geography out of 20 I get the 14 marks. That's why you develop yourself. Civil service is nothing but a concept. First of all, you clear your concept. I suggest some kind of books here for Indian polity. You have to read D.D. Basu. Indian economy, right now the government has been changed in central. There are Niti Aayog, all of these things, GST, demonetization. So our Indian economy is totally different from the other things whenever we attend this preliminary exam. So here you need to read around the newspaper, Economic Times, Hindu, the Telegraph, Hindustan Times. There are lots of concept giving to you about Indian economy. Afterwards, Indian geography. Indian geography is a common. Indian geography and geography of Tripura is common. There is nothing to be changed. Only you have to put in your mind the data. So what is Himalayas and what is the Bay of Bengal and what is the Arabian Sea. This is the actual fact, and you get this all of these informations throughout the book. For geography, it is necessary for reading Khullar, Khullar. Khullar is the best book for Indian geography. You have to read this and then get the necessary data, and that's all. And in Indian history, there is the remarkable things. What I am going to discuss about it. Indian history and world history. Basically, in prelims, Indian history is preferable. In Indian history, it is beginning from the Paleolithic age to modern times. 1947, the independence of India. This is the huge portion. And for Indian history, there is different segment, and whenever you read about the Indian history, total prelims will be clear. The 70% syllabus of TCS, TPS, IAS, WBCS, anything of the civil service is totally 70% of the syllabus depends on history, because there are so much interpretation. In history, there are so many lines. Indian polity begins from history, Indian economy begins from history, Indian geography begins from history. There are lots of segments. It's starting from the history, Indian history. This is our geography. If you read these actual things of this thing, Indian history is totally covered. At least 70% syllabus of the civil service is totally covered with Indian history. So mind about it. There are some books that I can going to tell you for Indian history. For Indian history, ancient India, you have to read Ranjit Chakravarti. He is the departmental head of JNU University, Ranjit Chakravarti. Then Delhi Sultanate and Mughal Empire, Satish Chandra. And then during British period and later on, you have to read the Bipan Chandra, the Penguin books. This is the total package of your Indian history. Whenever you read this, you have to find the link of the geography and Indian polity. Indian polity is developed from the Akbar, Ashok, and later on from the British period. And our Indian polity totally depends on the basic of the East India government and the British period. Right now, whatever our constitution, whatever our policy of the Indian government of India, that totally depends on the British period's language and sequel. This is, you have to mind it. This is, you have to mind it, and you have to read all of these books, Ranjit Chakravarti, Satish Chandra, and later on Bipan Chandra. You can clarify the concept. Whenever you need these study materials, and that's all, we can provide you at our level of best. And most of all, civil service, if you achieve the civil service or something of this government job, first of all, you need concept. Study materials and other things is nothing. Your brain have to be recollect and emphasis on this basic pattern of this service, basic pattern of this, I beg your pardon, basic pattern of this question and rendering the question, how to face it. Whenever you sat on the prelims, there are lots of questions. There is a total justification how to make it. There are 3 options, 4 options in question, under question, question in question. That's the basic thing. First of all, you clarified your concept. For example, I'm going through the history at all. The 3 empire in this India who were ruled throughout the 100 years or 500 years. First of all, Mauryan Empire, second, Mughal Empire, and third, the British Empire. And their basic pattern of the administration, that is administration of justice, nothing else. You have to understand these things. First of all, you cleared your prelims exams. Prelims exam, the cut-off marks is basically 120, 60%. 60%. SC, ST, this is nothing about it. 120 out of 200. That is the cut-off marks. You have to achieve these things. The cut-off marks is 120. And never underestimate the importance of prelims. It is whenever the 20,000 of the candidate attending the prelims and compete about it. Out of 20,000 in state of Tripura, there would be selected around 600. And they are all getting above 120. Concentrate on your prelims that you can get over it. Then you have to focus on mains. Whenever you focus on the mains, you have to select your basic pattern of idea, your concept. Do smart work and nothing to be read more than lots of books. Require you have to read one book in 3 times, but lots of books in many times. There is nothing to be necessary for the hard work, but you have to work smartly. Here I am going to tell how could you start your study. First and foremost, you have to concentrate on the newspaper. The basic newspaper is the Hindu. You can access this through your apps. The Hindu apps is there in your smartphone. Hindu apps, and there are lots of news and editorial has been given to you, and that is the standard newspaper I have had ever seen. The Hindu. If you don't access the Hindu, then the Telegraph is there, the Telegraph, the Economic Times, the Hindustan Times. But whenever I feel the Hindu is the best option to start the study of the civil service, the Hindu. You can access these things through your mobile, through your smartphone. There are lots of apps are there. You have to go there, the Google Play Store, and download the app, the Hindu, and you can get the access. You can get the access of the start of the civil service. The Hindu give you the concept, the basic things of the concept, how to approach, how to going towards the as an aspirant of the civil service. There is nothing need for the coaching. You have to spend lots of money for the coaching or all of these things. But I can assure you, I never laid out the coaching. I made it throughout my life, throughout my concept, and throughout my all of my studies at all. But there are wrong guidance, cost of aspirances, a lot of time, but waste of money. You have to concentrate yourself, and there is a clue of success, that is concept. Prelims main interview, it's a compact one. Every time you have to focus on yourselves, that you have to crack prelims, mains and interview. There is lots of difficulty and each stage. First of all, in prelims you have to cross 120, and in always you write down your motivational hands 60%. Whenever you think about that you can cross the 60% about this mark, you can crack any kind of exam throughout the India. Therefore, I am going to tell you that effectively you manage your time. I was the SBI employee. I was the probationary officer of the SBI. I'm going to give you the example. I wake up in the morning at 7 AM, take my tea and all of these things, and then go through the study of newspaper. Mostly I preferable the Hindu newspaper. In around 8 to 8:30, I'm giving the mark of all this important news that could be important for the civil service, that could be important for our question paper. I have been marked. After 8:30, I prepared for my office, and in train, I read all of this newspaper in corner of the train, and no passenger, and I have been think there no passenger, no people cannot be disturb me. I read all these things within 1 hour, reach to the office, concentrate in my office work. Whenever I return back to the 8 o'clock or after that, I have to concentrate on my study throughout the night, around 2 PM, 3 PM. That's all. 2 AM, 3 AM, and 5 hours I have to sleep, resting my mind. This is the basic pattern of study. You can arrange your time. You can arrange your manipulation. This is the development. Nobody give you the time. Our time is 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you have to arrange your time 5 to 6 hours. That's the all of the civil service. 5 to 6 hours study you can crack. And here NCERT is the good book, and IAS toppers, TCS toppers, WBCS toppers, they are all concentrated on NCERT books. But NCERT books, you have to concentrate all these things. NCERT books are good one. You have to read this. But here I like to suggest you, please go through your concept. In NCERT books, there is nothing question, no question to be asked you. But whenever your concept is clear, always I am telling you, the civil service, to achieve the civil service is nothing but a concept. Whenever your concept is clear, you can clear. That's all. Whenever you need the materials or all of these things, you have to contact with the study 24/7. Here we preparing the study materials at all, and current affairs of Tripura, simple, effective, processed, and summarized. And you there is I need to say, for current affairs of Tripura, Northeast, you can search it through the internet, through the Google, and study 24/7. It can be provided you in regarding current affairs of Tripura, Northeast, Tripura geography, economy, governance, and also the GS paper, general studies paper. This is the basic pattern of these things. You have to concentrate all this and contact with the study 27. They will provide you. And I am here to subjectively, positively, and effectively with you. That and I can provide you the basic concept how to crack this civil service. First of all, I like to cross the preliminary exams, mains exams, and all of these things. There is needed only the basic concept of every subject. Regarding English composition, first of all, English composition, there are the basic pattern of the grammatical studies. Grammatical studies, and here you can concentrate on Rain and Martin for English composition. For general knowledge, current affairs, local events, and international importance, you have to study on the newspapers and contact with study 24/7. They will provide you. History of modern India, Indian national movement for the period of 1957 to 1947. That would be basic pattern of, you can find out, that is from the Bipan Chandra, the books of Bipan Chandra, the Penguin book. And Geography of India, Khulla, Geography, History, Culture of Tripura, that will provide you study 24/7. Indian Polity and Economy, the Indian Polity and Economy, you have to study D.D. Basu, and thereafter the basic newspaper. I have been told you earlier. General Science and Environment, you have to concentrate on the 12 standard books. general mental ability and numerical ability. It will be provided by you study 24/7, and other things Agarwal books, Sharma. There are lots of books in this world. You can access it. English composition and synonyms, antonyms, and other common phrase and idioms, and the preposition, articles, comprehension, or lots of things. Organization of sentence, ordering of sentence, syntax error, spotting of errors. That will be provide you the Wren and Martin. The highlights, one of the books, best books. History of modern India, that would be Satish Chandra. I suggest you. Satish Chandra is the great one. Bipan Chandra is the great one. Geography of India, I suggest you to read the book Khullar. It will provide by 24/7, study 24/7. Indian Polity and Economy, D.D. Basu, and newspaper. General Science and Environment, you have to study on this 12 standard books and matriculation standard books. And also from matriculation books, class 9, 10, arithmetic, algebra, geography, it will clear your concept. And contact with the WhatsApp, and thank you for your watching study 24/7. You can contact the WhatsApp for all of these notes we can provide you. That's all. Thank you and stay pleasure. And I wish you for the success.